And we do return by starting off from Tanzania, where Tanzania has banned Kenyan farm for buying unripe avocados. So this particular ban goes to a Kenyan farm which has been purchasing avocados after the Ministry of Agriculture in Tanzania said it was engaging in illegal practices of the same matter. So Kandia Fresh Company was banned from operating in Njombe, that is southeastern Tanzania, after the farm was accused of purchasing premature avocados. So the Minister of Agriculture, Hussein Mashed, did reveal that the company allegedly bought unripe avocados and dumped them at the Njombe Town Council dump site. The minister directed the agricultural extension officers and other government officials to visit farms and stop the harvesting of unripe avocados at the same time. Njombe District Commissioner Kisa Kasongwa said that the two middlemen have also been arrested for crop seed invasion and purchase of produce without a government permit. They were also fined 3,000 Tanzanian shillings. That is close to 12.82 US dollars. Now, avocado is quickly becoming Tanzania's new green gold. According to the Tanzanian Horticulture Association, the country exported over 11,237 tons of avocado, worth 33 million US dollars 2021. It is further expected to export 15,000 tons this very year. That's also an estimate of $45 million will be estimated to be generated from these exports in terms of getting foreign currency. Now, figures show that Europe is importing 85% of Tanzanian avocado shipments, and France, on the other hand, imported the most, followed by the Netherlands and the United Kingdom for that same matter. As the Agriculture Ministry said, it was engaging in illegal practices. That is why they had to ban the Karibu Fresh Company from operating in Njombe. But still, in Tanzania, we get to realize that Uber, the app aiding, the ride aiding app Uber, has returned and resumed its services in Tanzania after a fair dispute has been resolved. Last year, it was apparently suspended from Tanzania. Now, the ride-hailing app has resumed its services in Tanzania, as a report was released yesterday, settling a fair dispute with the government. Uber suspended services in the East African country last April after the government introduced legislation capping maximum commission from drivers at 15% from the previous 33% of percent. Uber said that the new regulations made it difficult to continue operating, while the government defended them as maintaining competition and ensuring affordable taxis. Now, after a month of negotiations, Tanzania's transport regulator last month allowed ride-hailing companies to charge up to 25% commission and a 3.5% booking fee. Now, the San Francisco-based company, founded in 2009, arrived in Tanzania in 2016, and during that time, it capitalized on the country's low levels of personal car ownership and lack of efficient mass transport. So, if you look at this kind of situation, it had suspended its services, was rendering to Tanzanians in April, following the fact that the government had introduced legislation capping of a maximum commission from drivers at 15% from their previous 33%. So Uber kind of thought it's quite unfair and unfavorable for them to stay active in the business at the end of the day, because if you look at the cost of doing the business, it was actually becoming worse. Now, it has resumed services in Tanzania after a fair dispute was resolved between the company and, of course, the government of Tanzania. And now, lastly, from Karibu, East Africa, something to do with the island country of Zanzibar now, as farms fight for exclusive rights at the Zanzibar airport terminal. Quite a number of farms in here. The saga involving exclusive rights for access to a new terminal granted by the Zanzibar Airports Authority to Dubai National Air Travel Agency took a new twist on Tuesday after another company filed a case at the High Court of Tanzania. Now, Trans World Aviation Limited submitted a petition at the High Court in Tanzania challenging the granting of exclusive rights to the Dubai National Air Travel Agency, that is DANTA. So, following on the same situation, however, there was a legal wrangle which has ensured, as soon as the case came up on Tuesday, compelling that Judge Sekela Moshi to prematurely rescue herself from handling the same matter. But besides that, on September 14th, 2022, the Zanzibar Airports Authority had issued a directive which gave the Dubai-based company exclusive access to the new terminal, which was constructed at a cost of 120 million US dollars. Now, the order by the Zanzibar Airports Authority gave ground handling firms that used to operate at Zanzibar's Abeid Aman Karume International Airport till December 1st, 2022, to vacate the newly constructed Terminal 3, and instructed airlines to plan to work with the DANTA, which is the Dubai National Air Travel Agency, in order to which, because at the time, with the exclusive rights granted to the agency from the Dubai agency on September 14, 2022, it is reported that the airlines that fly the Zanzibar route have already started withdrawing from the existing ground handlers as directed by the Zanzibar Airports Authority. Now, on the other hand, the details, according to what is coming in from Zanzibar, have indicated that the Transworld was the first victim of the directive after two airlines it was serving gave notices of stopping using its services. But in November 2021, the Dubai agency signed a contract with authorities in Zanzibar to provide a ground handling service at the newly built Terminal 3 at the airport in Zanzibar. Now, as part of the contract, two other Emirates subsidiaries, which includes Emirates Leisure Retail and MMI, will operate at all 13 retailers and two lounges in the new terminal. These include restaurants, duty-free, and commercial outlets. So that is the Zanzibar for you. And of course, Karibu East Africa is all we have for you in this particular morning. Let's now get into the international outlets to check out what is happening away from the East African Community region. Now, from the issue to do with the international news, we head to Ghana, where inflation continues to slow. Now, when you look at the fact that inflation in Ghana is slowing after picking up at 78.1% in November, as according to data that continues to be collected at the Statistics Service, producer price inflation retreated in December, reaching now 52.2%. Last month, the consumer price inflation accelerated to 54.1% year on year, which was driven by rising fuel, utilities, and then food costs. According to experts, the decline in month on month producer inflation could represent a positive sign for next month's headline inflation figure. But then Ghana's troubled tens of thousands of job cuts across the technology sector that is long past its ceaseless growth during the pandemic. This particular news was particularly dramatic, coming from Microsoft, a software maker heavily invested in generative artificial intelligence that represents an industry bright spot. However, Microsoft will cut far fewer jobs than it had added during the COVID-19 pandemic, as it responded to a boom in demand for its workplace software and cloud computing services, with so many people working and studying from home. Now, Microsoft's working force expanded by about 36% in the 2 physical years following the emergency of the pandemic, growing from 163,000 workers at the end of June 2020 to 251,000 in June 2022. Now, in a note to employees, the chief executive Satya Nadella said that the layoffs are apparently affecting less than 5% of the workforce. And this would conclude by the end of March this very year. You are to look at this, and according to these reports coming in from Microsoft. But also, on the other hand, if we are to look at this, with notifications beginning on Wednesday, and of course, these notifications began yesterday, the timing corresponded with the death of its rival Amazon Corporation, which said more employees will be notified its own 18,000 personal layoffs. So Amazon will lay off 18,000 persons soon. This particular Microsoft has announced that it will lay off 10,000 people. Now, this is actually increasing more of job cuts in tech. Now, the layoffs apparently done by Microsoft clearly show that these are larger than the cuts by Microsoft last year. Now, there's also an issue to do with the pile-on tens of thousands of job cuts across the entire tech sector. Microsoft Corporation has said it will eliminate 10,000 of these jobs and take at least a $1.2 billion charge as its cloud computing customers dissect their spending. The company is bracing for potential recession at the end of the day. So the layoffs, which were announced on Wednesday and far larger than the cuts by Microsoft itself last year, piled on tens of thousands of job cuts across the technology sector. And when you look at the long past, it's actually ceaseless growth during the same pandemic. Now, the news was particularly dramatic coming from Microsoft, which is a software maker heavily invested in generative artificial intelligence that represents an industry's bright spot. However, Microsoft will cut far fewer jobs it had added during the COVID-19 pandemic as it responded to a boom in demand for its workplace software, of course, the cloud computing services, with so many people who are working and studying from home in that space. However, Microsoft will cut far fewer jobs than it had added during the COVID-19 pandemic as it responded to the same boom in demand for its workplace software and cloud computing services, with so many of the people working, studying from home. Just like as I was previously summing this up, you get to realize that the notifications are likely to begin this week, and the timing is now corresponding with the death of arch rival Amazon Corporation, which said that more employees will be notified in its own 18,000 personal or person layoffs that is soon yet to be added into the queue. It's according to Microsoft. Let's lay off over 10,000 people. Now, that is a number that's actually outweigh the layoffs that happened in 2022. Well, that is it for international updates this particular morning. And now, as we head into the break, Zabu is a platform that you could definitely choose to use if you want to invest and grow your money. So it is a safer and more dominantly given opportunity for you to at least see that you grow your investments and kickstart of your investment journey. That is for those who have not yet invested. Use the USSD code SAT292# and follow the prompt with Zabu. Zabu is a platform by Altex East Africa, and you can select a preferred maturity period for your bond if you are to continue in that way. Zabu is a platform by Altex East Africa. And Zabu says, my money, my future. And Altex East Africa says, do something new. And what you can do today is by saving with Zabu and, of course, kickstarting your investment journey with just a minimum of 15,000 Ghana shillings. You'll be able to invest in government bonds. Zabu has markets that open at 8:15 a.m. and do close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. These markets are also fully closed over the weekends and on public holidays, but the rest of the days you can quickly invest your money into something viable, and that is a platform that Zabo gives to you, and that is an advantage for you to grow your investment. Zabo, my money, my future. Altec East Africa, do something new. Well, besides that, social media platforms, you can link with us, and we continue to give you more business updates. Twitter is Smart24 TV, Facebook Smart24 TV official, Instagram is Smart24_TV. Well, onto our YouTube channel is Smart24 TV Live. Please remember we are on the road to the 2,000 subscribers. Please do remember to hit the subscription button as well. And not only that, remember you want to get more business updates, both local and international. You can log on to our website, that is www.smart24.tv/news, and you get more of the business updates in real time. And of course, you can definitely catch up with more of the program lineups on the same platform. I'm Jerry Paul Sonko. When I do return after the break, I did mention something to do with NSSF and the social media trends still on the NSSF issue. Ugandans are still throwing tantrums on the timeline about the NSSF saga, what they do understand about it, and of course what they think should be done with NSSF. I have business tips and business quotes, some kind of motivation that will kick start off your day, coming up shortly after, and more business updates, including sports business and entertainment business. You're watching SMB. Good morning.